Alright, we are live. We are the red team. Let's see. So they have Nazebo, Varian, Orphea, Tyrande, Sonya. That is a very we want to taunt and blow you up combo. We have Deathwing, Li Ming, Kerrigan, Joanna, Rhaegar. So Deathwing is great into the Varian Tyrande. He's not actually so great into the Nazebo Orphea. Now I know the results of this match, and you know the results of this match, but just kind of thinking through that because Orphea, she took Ancestral Strength, which doesn't work against Deathwing. However, if she had taken the On Point, I think it's called, the Q snaps, they could have probably got quite a bit off of that. Because Deathwing's a huge hitbox, right? And Nazebo should have gone Spiders against Deathwing. Varian might be dead. The one thing I don't love about our comp is Sonya just has innately faster clear than either of the people we could put in the off lane. So it's going to constantly pull us away. Now, if we've talked about that and that's our plan, no problem. We have great wave clear with Joe Rhaegar, to where if we have Joe Rhaegar kind of rotating mid-bot constantly or as needed to help the Deathwing, then no problem. So our range is more difficult. Yes, Deathwing can be played in a range form, and yes, Li Ming is a range, but we don't really have a basic attacker to soften things up for Li Ming. I'm not saying stuff can't work, I'm just trying to give insights coming into this pretty fresh. I've not seen the match, even though we talked very briefly about some of the results. So this camp was unlikely to get anything done, so it's good for us that we are just staying even on experience, being careful. We're going to clear their camp too. I don't love having the Li Ming as the wave clear go to mid, just because she's our only ranged. Oh, she dies, right? Yeah, good purge. We're going to back up because I can, but what I know was great there was the purge to be able to get that kill. So they go after Joe. Joe gets the unstop, has to be careful, and we go after the hardest to keep alive targets for the enemy team, being Tyrande and Orphea. So my brother is a very accomplished Tyrande player on our team. Tyrande's really good 1v1, and late game I think she can even stay alive pretty well 2v1, but early game she's not. And the build that she's in, the market level 4 will certainly give her some sustain, but she's got to have Mark ready for that, and she didn't take the Mark reset at 1, so she's not going to have as many marks. Fizzy, there's one time where you had a completely dodgeable lunar flare that you just kind of stood in it, so just be careful. Red circles are not our friends. Oh, yeah, Varian is deceptively good against Kerrigan because so much of what she does is single target, even if it's area effect pull and area effect stun. She's again very much single target. So we were able to get the channel. We're behind on experience for it. I will say that I often end up giving an early channel if it means I can get the experience lead, but I'm sure the opposing team was expecting you to take a more traditional offlaner. Oh, alright. What happened here, Wizard? Okay. Wizard, I'm sorry, you deserved this death because you were basically auto-attacking from melee as Li Ming. Next time, if Deathwing is going to go up, I want you to go up with him if we don't see the enemy team. Because we want Deathwing to be all that they can see, because your health pool, 1600. His health pool, 3600. And he has armor plates, currently 40 armor. So he would survive that, you don't. You know, pretty easy. But I get that in the heat of the moment, sometimes it's not as easy to see that type of stuff. But that's why we talk about it now, so that you have that for later. Oh, that's kind of weird. Hero slain. Oh, sorry, I'm getting distracted with my stream. Let's see, how did we kill the Sonya? Oh yeah, the Naz just kind of left her to die. Alright, good job coming together for the kill there. And great time to get a kill. So down here, this camp, if we have Deathwing up here getting ready to play tank and we're just clearing, I don't mind that. Oh, Orphea done messed up. Alright, if you're the Orphea player here, which I realize none of you are, if you know that Li Ming and Deathwing are there, as soon as you see the Deathwing, just get out of dodge. So a trade here is completely acceptable. Oh, it was a good try, Zankai, but again, the trade is completely acceptable. I think for us, we want to try to get to a equal state as far as experience, and so if that means, oh, Kerrigan pull, ooh, good try, Fizzy, good try. That was a great Lunar Flare. Oh, is Demon Grand killable? I think he has body block, Li Ming. Body blocks. Oh, great pull. Great pull. Alright, so I want you to siege here. Alright, it looks like we started to have a different call and then we decided to siege. Is Purge up? We're going to see. Purge is up. So what happened to us there is we didn't have a clear direction of what we wanted to do, and so we ended up going two directions. Tank went forward, healer went back. Purge is one of the shortest range cleanses in the game, not to mention it's got one of the shortest durations in the game. Rhaegar's got a lot of power in his toolkit, so I understand why they couldn't add more, but okay, so here, we died, obviously. As soon as we clear that, like, we don't need to stay out here, Fizzy. Kerrigan, despite any efforts we may have, is just not a tank. So if we didn't see him on the map, and we don't have a wave to help us or help us clear, we don't even have to pass the gate, plain and simple. It's not retreat, it's strategy, says Tyrande, and sometimes it's not hiding in your base like cowards, it's just choosing the opportune moment when we have leverage. You know, stuff like that. Quote Jack Sparrow. Jack Sparrow's good at staying alive. Alright, we're getting a ton of damage here. That shouldn't have worked, but great news, it did. So right here, yeah, she ate an orb, she had both of our front line on her, and she panicked. That was a great combo there. And now we're just cleaning up. Naz is up there doing his double Soka Naz stuff. We can stop this. Okay, whew, we can stop this. No! Oh, it's because Satyr disconnected. That's really unfortunate. Don't feel bad about it. Like, oh well, the two things hit. Alright, now we want a siege. We want a siege. We want a siege. Ooh, and we even get the stun. We don't kill him, but we send a message. Oh, and Varian's shield wall, he went for the protected. That's fine. I don't really like the protected, and I get why you're taking it against Orb Mings, but... So the Orb at 4 really works well, particularly when they're channeling on altars. You don't actually have to take anything more than that to get good value out of it. So we checked a bush. They just were in a sneakier one. Oh, the fact that we get away is pretty big. Fizzy is just barely surviving. Holy smokes. Hello.
How's it going?
Doing well.
Yeah, what's your stream name again?
I posted it in the chat, actually.
Got it.
Right above your message.
Yeah,
It's,
right.
it's Valcom or CCS.
Yeah. I don't know why it didn't come up in my history. Got it.
No worries, I'll just do the YouTuber thing and say smash that follow button.
Right? Huh, I'm following you. Weird.
Alright, so we capped the top one. So we're ahead on shots here. We don't necessarily need to cap this one. I realize it feels great to assert dominance. I get it. However, Naz is stacking and will continue stacking and will create a macro problem. As Sultry Satyr just stated there, we do not have some bolts. Now we're getting some big kills for it, and it's working out. So I'll just shut up now, because we're going to team wipe them. Varian does not get away. Yeah, how's that shield wall treating you now, Varian? Alright, so correct call here is what you're doing. Incorrect call is channeling too early. Okay, Rothgar holds. Good job. Now, it's unlikely that 1 point will be the difference between winning and losing, but it's definitely a higher than 0 chance that 1 point will be the difference between winning and losing in any Towers of Doom game. So, when we've team wiped them, yeah, we take the extra point. Alright, next time on this camp, so we all 4 went, and we didn't really need to. Let Kerrigan solo the camp, even if it takes longer, because right now they have half of this keep for free, and that camp's literally going to do nothing. So instead, if we have like Orbly Ming down here just deterring them, you know, carry a big stick sometimes. I don't love the boss call. It's not the worst thing in the world. We see them on the map and we'll be fine. And 4 shots is 4 shots, right? Soft serve ice cream is soft serve ice cream. But if we instead could have got more siege done, that would do more to guarantee victory than the boss shots do. The primary reason we take the boss is to finish the game or to prevent them from doing so. And so by taking the boss now, sure, we're trading top for bottom, but bottom is generally considered more profitable than top. And I like having Li Ming back here to channel. It could have been Kerrigan too. So we trade shots. They team fought poorly. That's why you're winning. You know, if we were to rank the team fights, we're gonna give them like a 4. We're gonna give you like a 7. So you win, right? But now imagine if the boss weren't taken, and say for example we got the siege here, or we hadn't have lost both bottom forts, we might still be in a winning condition, and then we take the boss. You know, if we were one shot different type of thing. Yeah, take theirs first. I don't even, like, Deathwing doesn't even need to be here. Those guys were just gonna crash into the death zone anyway. Not the camp. Next time go straight siege. So you have Joanna, you have Totem, you have Ultralisk, you have Deathwing. Next time just go forward siege instead of taking that camp. Because you'll surprise yourself. You probably would have taken this whole thing, and your minions would have taken this because you would have prevented their minions from coming forward. So, I mean, but you have a 27 point lead. The odds of them coming back aren't 0, but you've got a good advantage that you've built up here through your kill count, because you're ahead by 10 kills, which is just huge. See, so they did a really good job of protecting down here. Half dead keep, sure, we can come back and kill later. We're going to be up 20s for this. But imagine if we had done that same level of protect when we had their bottom fort. The game might actually already be over. Oh, I did hear Blessed Shield go out on the Varian.
Yeah, I thought we were channeling, so I tried to keep it from getting in there.
Yeah, which is great. And that's just where it comes down to, let's talk through it as a team. That was a really good dodge with the Chrysalisk and the Bolt by Fizzy. Yeah. I mean, very few things feel better than team fighting to get a pentakill right before you win. So good job. Okay. So, general thoughts, and this is ultimately going to be a shorter training video because I got to go to bed. But I do have my early meeting tomorrow. Stuff that I would have liked to have seen, mainly the defense here. We talked about that, defending the point when you have it, rather than taking camps as 4. Again, Kerrigan could have taken this camp all by herself, and we could have matched them 3v3, 3v4, even 3v5, because we have the tower. All we had to do in that case was clear either the minions or the Nazebo summons, because those are the only things that will take tower shots on behalf of the enemy team. The rest of them, even when Varian's using shield wall, because he took shield wall and he only has 1 charge every 5 seconds rather than 2 charges every 10 seconds, and I realize that sounds the same, but it's not, because after you use charge 1, it's recharging, and so you can space out your charges to take a lot of keep shots when you have Warbringer instead of shield wall. And so we could have defended this point while Deathwing was picking up soak in the other lanes, and had Kerrigan soloing this camp and helping Deathwing perhaps in the middle lane, and we would have probably been farther ahead at that point. If they gave up on bottom lane, then we go and just kind of keep them from being able to gank the other people while we try to get chip damage in, or while we just protect bottom. If they're going to camp bottom with us, we've got no problem camping with them because we have the high ground. We're Obi-Wan. And so if they're not going to try to do something to break that siege, we're just going to be there with them. And we're going to be going full Iwo Jima with the rock music, the whole bit, and just making their lives miserable. Um, and so if Li Ming is just orbing the heroes and using disintegrate on the minions and Joe's clearing the minions, like we can slow play that immensely, and it doesn't really matter if it takes Kerrigan an extra 20 seconds to take this camp. So that's the short version there, is just let Kerrigan take the camp while we defend. Because eventually we took back bottom fort on our side. They took back bottom fort on their side. We got most of it back. We capped top. We capped mid. They recapped them. And so there's a lot of movement around the map, and we did a lot of good things, and we kept them busy. But we never actually had to let go here easily. We could have held the base and made their life more difficult. And I believe had we done that, we probably could have capped because it was a triple altar after that. It was mid and two tops. We probably could have had one person down here and Deathwing in the air and three people capping our side. If they show up with numbers on middle, Deathwing uses Skyfall to interrupt and then can land top. If they don't show up with numbers, then the person bottom caps and the trio caps and we're ahead. So it's just different ways to kind of frame that one to see what we can pull it off. Again, we won. Lots to hang our heads high about there. We don't have to worry about too much when we win, but if we can crank our wins up a little bit more and now we're winning more, all right, well, now we're going to take some of our losses and turn them into wins too. So, hey, Slick, CCS. But I hope to get the other 3 games over the course of this week, but I wanted to get one in tonight. And unfortunately, I got to call it early because of my meeting tomorrow. Rothgar, do you have any questions before I wrap this up?
Yeah, all makes sense. Thanks for reviewing it. Definitely, like you said, there's always rooms we can improve calls a little bit, like I said, even in a win, so appreciate it for sure.
Yeah, and I think y'all are playing great, and so now it's just a matter of let's keep rocking it for you. We are going to raid someone that I don't think I've ever raided before, and that is Lion Lad, who is apparently casting some North American games right now, even though I believe Lion Lad is Dutch. So, thanks for being here, everybody.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Rothgar.